You know, a lot of SCPs aren't really that scary, that serious, or anything like that. A lot of them can be pretty humorous, and those that are specifically made to be humorous usually end up in the joke SCPs on the SCP Wiki. Now the reason I'm making this video is to give you a little bit more of a lighthearted view of the Foundation, or the Wiki in general, showing you all of what I think are the top 10 funniest joke SCPs on the SCP Wiki. So, let's begin. Coming in at number 10, we have SCP-014 A, the Big Red Button. This SCP is actually just, as you guessed it, a big shiny red button. And what does it do exactly? Well, the anomalous effects are stated as we think. We think, if it is pressed, the entire universe will disappear. That's it. We just think that it does something along those lines. Now, the reason I had to include this on the list is because part of the anomalous effects are that it made every single other button in the entire world containing the same anomalous effects, just at a lower degree. Some are more immune to it than others, but really, who can resist a big shiny red button? Coming in at the number 9 spot, SCP-789J, the Butt Ghost. He will eat your butt. Now, in all seriousness, or as serious as this list can get, the Butt Ghost is primarily a butt ghost, so to speak, that lives in your toilet, and if you fall in your toilet, then he will eat your butt, and that butt will become a butt ghost. Now, I am not usually the biggest fan of toilet humor, and this is no exception, but really, I've heard his voice too many times, seen him too many times, and I've chuckled too many times just to not include him on this list. But really, it's a butt ghost. What more can you really expect from it? Just look at the article entry. You can see the entire article entry just right here. You can kind of tell I didn't have much to say about it. You can read it for yourself, but for now, let's move on. Coming in at the number 8 spot is a 6-foot, 200-pound man eating a bucket of chicken. Okay, I just had to include this on this list because I am a huge fan of bad puns, and not only was this a bad pun that actually made me laugh, but there is a very humorous article on the SCP Wiki J joke website about him actually encountering 682, the hard-to-destroy reptile, in which he had to make various noises and gestures in order to escape, and 682 just sort of scared him, not being able to attack him, and the man ended up defecating himself at the end of it. I again, am not the biggest fan of toilet humor, but I just could not help myself. I had to laugh at that. So, let's move on. SCP-2559-J is, as you guessed it, a plane of infinite kittens that appeared when a cut in the space-time appeared, and it let out a stream of infinite kittens. Now, these kittens are as deadly as they are adorable, because once they start filling the room, you pretty much have no chance of survival against the swarm of infinite kittens. And what's more is that the kittens are actually invulnerable to damage when their mass is together. Now you can take these kittens apart and actually take it out of the giant mass that it is, and then it becomes a regular everyday kitten. But once you put it back with the mass, it sort of bonds together and it becomes invulnerable to damage again. What more can I say then? Oh, look at the little kittens. Ah, look at all the kittens! SCP-014-J is a Keter-class fork, which is incredibly dangerous. Very, very dangerous. One of the most dangerous SCPs alive. And in fact, Agent Spoon requested that the SCP be decommissioned immediately. It's far too dangerous to be kept alive. but it was denied by the 05, which is entirely foolish because of how dangerous and deadly. Okay, but really, this is just a mundane dinner fork that they think might be possessed by some higher power and it's supernatural in some way. And I just love, love, love people when they're panicking over nothing. And this is no exception, and this just gave me too many laughs. SCP-014 is a typical yield sign, except it's possessed by a ghost, and only speaks in the stereotypical ghost accent. The only way I could ever possibly convince you that this SCP deserves this high on the list is by reading what I think is the funniest entry, the second log of Dr. James speaking to SCP-014. Good morning, ghost sign. Don't call me that. I'm just a sign now. Ooh, I mean hi. Why are you a sign now? I dropped my ghost license. Your what? I can't be a ghost without my ghost license. But how can you even carry a license? Well, I can't now. I'm no longer a ghost. But, what? SCP-173-J is a sculpture that cannot move while within a direct line of sight. Whenever it finds someone who is busy or otherwise not paying attention to 173, it will go on their head and attempt to get their attention. And it is very fast while not being able to be seen, and it has been recorded up to 3 shenanigans per second. One day, 173J wore a sombrero and entered what they call a fiesta state, in which he shook a pair of castanets while running into unoccupied hallways. Now, this is obviously a spoof of the real SCP-173, but this one is a lot more cuddly and less sinister, but all the same deadly, as he weighs roughly 400 pounds and usually ends up killing anyone he tries to cuddle. I don't even know what else to say. All I can say is go read the wiki. Have yourself a laugh. Number 3, we've got, like, the best in the world. It's 420J. It's totally safe, bro. Okay, it's marijuana. There's no two ways about it. It's just plain, simply marijuana, with the 420 being a reference to 420 Day, which would be Weed Day. And I'm sorry. This is just too funny to pass up, because they treat it like such a high-class SCP. They give it such security measures, making sure none of the scientists get into it. And at the end of the day, all it is weed with a classification number. And I just find this too funny to pass up. I'm sorry if you're tired of this, but I just couldn't help myself. Oh no, Dr. Gerald's driving skills. Alright. Dr. Gerald has an anomalous effect around him to where if he drives any motor vehicle, that anyone except for himself will end up dying in some type of fantastic explosion or another. He is the only one immune to these effects, and in the top left corner, you can see him trying to drive a school bus but somehow ended up in a destruction derby. The bottom picture depicts him trying to drive a Segway, and the top right picture depicts him trying to drive a moped through town. I highly recommend you read the wiki for this, because this is probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And there's only one thing funnier on this list that I can think of. what am I? Huh? I don't want to do that. That sounds like work. Make videos. I'll do that later. Alright. This SCP is like... It's like a thing. I'm pretty sure it's like a rock or something. It's like... It makes you procrastinate. Look, I'll just bring up the wiki for this, just sort of show you what it does, and sort of, you can read for yourself. I really don't want to. Wait, whoa, it's almost the end of the video. It's almost the end of the video. I don't even have a picture for this. Oh crap, I waited too long. I waited too long. I don't have time to actually get a picture. I have to make something up real fast. There. Nailed it. Alright, that was the top 10 funniest joke SCPs. And if you were wondering, that last one was, yes, a rock that makes you procrastinate. And yes, it has the least amount of words I've ever seen on an SCP article before. So, rate if you want to rate, comment if you want to comment, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya.